So now we're ready to look at triangles and name them by their angles. The first one that we are going to talk about is called a right triangle. And we call it a right triangle because it has one angle that measures as 90 degree or a right angle. We call measurements that are 90 degrees in angles right angles. And what's special about the right triangle is that it has only one 90-degree angle. Okay, the next triangle that we're going to look at is called an acute triangle. Acute triangle means that all the angles in the triangle are going to measure less than 90 degrees because acute means an angle that's less than 90. So all angles are less than 90. It can't just be one, it can't be two, it has to be all three. So all three are less than 90 degrees. But they all have to add up still to 180. And the same with the 90-degree triangle or right triangle. And then the last triangle that we're going to look at that we are naming by the angle is called an obtuse angle. All of this should be pretty familiar with you since we already looked at regular angles. And since we have looked at regular angles, I think you all know that obtuse means that we have an angle that is greater than 90 degrees. Okay? So in an obtuse triangle, it's not like acute where all of them have to be obtuse because it wouldn't be possible to have a triangle if all of the angles were obtuse. But an obtuse triangle has one angle that is greater than 90. The other two angles have to be acute. There's no possible way to have a 90-degree angle with an obtuse triangle because it wouldn't be able to close. So if you look at this and I tried to put a right angle here somewhere, that would mean that I'd have to have some side going off this way and there would never be a way for it to close. So we're not ever going to have a triangle that is obtuse and right at the same time. That's just not possible. So now we've learned about the three ways that you can name your triangle by their angles. We have a right angle triangle. We have acute where all of the angles are less than 90. And then we have an obtuse triangle where all of the angles are greater than 90. I'm going to fix this really quick because it doesn't look like a less than sign. So now that we know the sides and we know the angles, we're going to look at naming them by both the side and the angle.